I think, well, besides, of course, the basics that, men can't wear lehengas and saris and women, though, can wear sherwani, jackets and all. I think the difference is not that much nowadays. And in fact, when I look at grooms of from 20 years back and now, the transformation has been so radical because they want to dress up as much. They want the same attention to detail. They want the same amount of attention. They want to look the part when they're getting married, and in some cases even compete with the bride. So I think it's a fair play sort of the same situation at the moment, and men are no less today. It's as they're as sort of indulging as women, and I think today is quite a sort of joy to really work in such a detailed manner for both men and women. That's practically impossible to sort of, slot into one single silhouette. Having said that, I mean, my personal favorite has always been the Indian lehenga, but the sari is a very versatile sort of silhouette, and it can actually carry itself through many functions, different cultures, and it's almost like our spin on the ultimate evening wear from India. So I think if I were to think of one single silhouette, it would have to be the sari. No, I don't think. We always have muses. Designers have a funny habit of having muses around them. In the mind, fictional or factual is a separate thing altogether. But I suppose each designer has a certain DNA for his or her brand, and we do aspire that hope that certain kind of women come to us. I don't think there's any stringent law that I follow, other than the fact that I like women who are highly individualized, who are intellectual to some extent, who are well traveled, are well spoken, well groomed, well brought up. It all adds up to the final persona of a person. So I think if all these elements come together, then it's not just what a person wears, but how she wears it, which completely changes everything. Good Lord. Why does Bollywood finds its way into just about everything? It's funny because most of the heroines today have all been our models at some point of time or the other. So we kind of ceased to look at them as film stars. For us, they've always been some of our top girls and boys, and we've always looked at them like that. And we're only glad that they've gone to a completely different field and done well for themselves. So whether it was an Aishwarya, it started right from there, or a Lara or a Bipasha or a Deepika, or I don't know, think of any model that you want. They've all worked for us, or a John, Arjun Rampal, or just about everybody. So I think for us, it's really heartening to see that all that effort paid off and that they found their dream. But what we like to always remember is that their dream started with where we were. So I think that's a good way to look at it. I don't think it's a neutral can ever be overrated. So blacks and ivories, or black and white, or any kind of neutral palette, it can never be overrated. And in fact, it's actually one of the most flattering colors on men and women. So I don't entirely agree. I do agree that it can become boring and predictable. You often walk into an evening party and see a majority of black happening around you, and maybe there's a spurt of color or something. If you walk into an international party, you'll only see black happening. So those things do exist. But there's an aura to that also when you go for there's a reason why it's called the black tie evening. There is something about black which makes it formal and makes it suave and chic. So I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it. But if you do Indian clothes, then India is really about color. And then you pump in the colors. They don't have to be in your face and bright. They can be any tone, but color is India. So I wouldn't disregard that entirely.